Hey everybody, it's Wednesday night. We've got a new show, some new snakes, and a new giveaway. Stay tuned.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Superdwarf show. Same old show with a brand new look. You like that?
Yeah, I like it. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Garrett. This is Out Reptiles. These are the snakes that we're hanging out with for tonight. And if you can't see them from there, that's something that we're going to fix you and me before the very next show. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little intro. You can see the snakes there because you can't see them too much from where you're at, especially this little guy. You might be able to see, this is a 3-year-old Garumpa female. But I also brought out a little house snake. Did you guys see the house snake in the intro? That thing is so hot.
Oh, hold on, you're muted. Huh. Nice.
Hey everybody, it's
Oh. Wow,
testing,
perfect.
testing.
We're good.
All right, guys, we've thrown together a whole new set, so bear with us in the technical difficulties. But basically, we're here. We got the snakes. We have producers in the house. Yes, I said producers. We got Thomas and Evan over there. You guys want to say hey?
Hey, what up? We're trying, man. We just reassembled the set like 30 minutes ago, so it's a little rough right now.
Hooked everything back up. And I got some fun snakes to hang out with. I've got my 3-year-old Kalatoa. She's 3 or 4. She actually belongs to Rob. We're going to have to name her later in the snake so you guys can prime the pumps, figure out what you want to do to name this girl later. Yes, we're going to name one of Rob's snakes. We have a beautiful Sunfire Mochino girl that I'll get out in a second. And then I have this gorgeous, gorgeous little house snake. You saw it in the thumbnail. You saw it in the intro. You can't see it here at all. But we're going to remedy that tonight, right?
Your volume, I don't know why your mic's so quiet today.
Why is my mic so quiet?
I don't know. My volume's all the way
Does it
up.
mess with this?
Turn
Hey,
your gain up.
is that better?
We got a super chat from Gray Rider. Charlie, what's up? He says, good evening, guys. Thank you for the super chat. Can you turn your gain up? Yeah.
Got it.
Test. Give me a test.
Testing.
That's better. I don't know why it's quiet, man. We're trying.
All
How is
right.
everybody doing tonight? We're trying. Louder, please.
Who gave us a super chat?
Gray Rider Reptiles, Charlie.
What's up, Charlie? Okay, so with the super chats, this is kind of what we're thinking, guys. We want to show off the snakes here on the Superdwarf show. You can see, big snakes like this. You get, big snakes, 3-year-old retic. Can't really see the little snakes right there. So what we need is a snake cam. So
Here,
what we're going to start
lower,
doing...
Lower your mic. I'm interrupting you. Lower your mic. Put it near your face. There you go.
What we're going to start doing...
Oh, that's so much better. Oh, my gosh.
What we're going to start doing, guys, is actually... play with that then. Is actually utilizing your super chats during these shows and as much as we can show you exactly where this money is going. When you guys super chat in, that really helps us a lot. It helps us to develop a lot of the different things that we do here. And so if you guys are enjoying the show and you want to show a little bit of support, that's the way that you can do it. Now, when you super chat in, feel free to leave a question, comment, or whatever you like, and we'll stop the show and, address your comment as always. But what we're going to do is take the super chats from this show, and if we don't get enough of it, then we'll have to roll into the next show and try to sponsor a snake cam for these lives so that when I'm talking about these animals, we can get a nice top down, check them out in my hands, camera angle so that you guys can see all that stuff. I think it's going to be so much nicer. Wouldn't you agree? Oh,
It'd be so sick to be able to have you guys see those snakes and like crispy, just nice video quality.
I mean, they're such gorgeous animals, but it's like, here, I'll show you from afar. You'll see how pretty this thing is.
We got $5 from Gray Rider Reptiles. $5 for the snake cam fund. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
very
man.
much. Very cool. This snake is not going to want to sit in a cage. I think I'm just going to turn her loose on the set. That wouldn't bother you, right, Thomas? We've got the little Sunfire Mochino. So this is kind of the reason. This Sunfire Mochino, she's from clutch, I want to say 18. I believe 18 is correct. That is not on the website yet. You can actually see them here first on the live. And it's something that we can talk about, especially if we get into discussing things like, different localities. Hey, guys, I'm not going to be able
How's
to
the
use
echo?
two
Is there
snakes at
any
once.
echo? That's the biggest thing I want to know. It's a little hard to tell right now.
Crank the gain down.
What's
Now
up?
that I'm loud. Can you still hear me?
Yes. Yeah,
Alright. But yeah, being able to show off new babies, give you guys sneak peeks and stuff like that for joining us here live. So that's what the snake cam is going to be. We can throw the little girl down, check her out, see these beautiful colors on this Sunfire Mochino. You're just going to have to use your imaginations from like 10 feet away there. But yeah, once we get the snake cam going, we can get it incorporated in the setup here. I think that's going to be
Ooh, at least we don't have any echo.
sick.
We may be off to a little bit of a rough start, but there's no mic echo. You know what? That makes me happy. To answer your question, Summer, or your suggestion, everything's normal. Everything's like normally how I do it. I switched over to running it off a different computer, so we're still tweaking the settings. But bear with us, guys. We're trying our best, and we appreciate you.
We just set this thing up too. Like one thing that you guys may not realize, we set up and tear down like every week.
Turn your gain back.
That's why it's always a little bit different.
Here you go.
Right, Thomas? I mean, we're setting the whole thing up, tearing the whole thing down week after week.
Yep.
Everything is a little bit goofy when you do that stuff. So this new set in this area is going to be something that we'll be able to build out on and have as a more permanent fixture here. We'll show you, if you stick around till the end, we'll show you a little shot of kind of the new studio setup.
Oh, it's super fun, and we're not going to have to take it down. Hopefully this is like semi-permanent, if not like, next year at least, this is what the studio looks like.
I think we're going to keep building it out to where like we're sitting here, we're camped here, and we're getting better and better and better. And then the cool thing is, right behind the camera where you guys are sitting is our set for the after party, which is Patreon only. Now we have some pretty fun stuff for the Patreon only. The first thing is that we're going to do a giveaway, like it said in the title.
Ooh, we love giveaways.
I want to make this a part of the show every 2 weeks. So I'm going to hit up some of my buddies that are in the reptile industry, and we're going to start doing some giveaways. So the giveaway for this week, what we have right here is one of our Superdwarf locality, a sticker on a tube. That's it. It's a sticker, 2 stickers.
It's modern.
But they're already used because they're on this mailing tube. No, inside the tube, guys, we have our 7 dwarf and Superdwarf locality poster with a map from where all the Suputrii and Jampayana stuff comes from, and it was signed by the whole team here at Reach Out Reptiles. So kind of like a keepsake.
Wait, did Evan sign it? Did Evan sign it?
Did Evan sign it?
I'm temporary.
He's an intern.
Temporary team. Evan will sign it. No, he won't sign it.
He won't sign it. Sorry, Evan.
Sorry, Evan. You could be producer this week, and then, I don't know, turn in an application. Give us a like on the video if you guys think Evan should work here all the time.
Alessa Abrazo says, I thought the Patreon set was a snake room. We still will be doing stuff in the snake room, but Ashley's doing some big changes on the after
We've got a
party.
little area for you guys that we can discuss the stuff. So that's another thing. You guys will see it right afterwards that we're going to start doing. But the way these giveaways are going to work, especially for those of you guys who aren't on Patreon, we're going to do it through the Patreon. So every time we do one of these live streams, we have a hangout after party. It's a little more intimate. We have a bunch of questions that come in. We get into some stuff that our Patreon really wants to know about. And so it's a really good time. But we're going to start getting these sponsored things as giveaways. Now, if you go on patreon.com/reachoutreptiles and you join, it's like $5. You could win the poster tonight, theoretically. Do we have a link up on Patreon for the meeting tonight?
No,
Thomas will be working. Thomas is going to be working on putting our meeting link up because we do that via Zoom. So the way that it's going to go is that whoever is there at the meeting at some point throughout the night will be chosen as a winner for these. So you got to be on Patreon. You got to come hang out at the party, and we'll be doing these giveaways. We're starting with a poster. Who knows where it'll go from there? I don't know. You guys saw the video where like I traded for a bug. We might be able to convince some people to throw down pretty hard every now and then on those giveaways. So that might be something that you guys want to join for and come hang out, as well as the conversations and stuff. So
okay, so we're getting a couple questions from the chat.
Okay,
First one is, any update on the calendar?
No.
That's the calendar for this year, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, you want to update it? I would say it's officially what?
Dead.
Dead. Officially dead.
It's like a phoenix. So out of the death of this calendar is born the ashes. I can't speak when I can hear myself. Out of the death of this calendar comes the birth of the new one.
Well, yeah. So what we have is we had some great entries. Obviously, you guys voted on a lot of that stuff. Unfortunately, there was some like formatting, printing, something or other, I don't know, that Blake said. with pictures not formatted correctly to get resolution well enough to print a calendar. Clearly, we're in August. I mean, if we're going to resurrect it, he's promising resurrecting over there. I don't know. I feel like I never really wanted to do a calendar. I love you guys. I want you to do the calendar if you want to do the calendar. Us coordinating it clearly is not the best idea.
You know, if you want a snake calendar, go buy one from Canova. Canova has great snake calendars. Talk to Summer about that. Snake. Sorry, what's your YouTube again? I haven't seen your videos popping up, Summer. Girl with scales. Yes.
But will he be posting pictures of his Superdwarf, and more importantly, will he be posting pictures of everyone else's Superdwarfs? So that's the thing, is we would have to like rein in the parameters on the photos sent in and everything like that. You know, larger formats and things like that, get very specific parameters from you guys from the beginning. That's kind of what got spaced as we rolled it out. Those were a lot of the issues that we ran into during the printing process. And the final product was just not worth putting out there. Your pictures were beautiful.
Some of them.
The printing side, not so much. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to do with the calendar. It is officially dead. Did you have another question? Or is that the main one?
I didn't. I'm going to move the camera to just you. It's going to be you for a couple minutes. I'm going to make some changes. Hopefully not break the show in the process, but get that Patreon link up. Garrett, do you have any
Oh, we have a lot of stuff going on this week.
Congrats on 100,000 followers.
Hey,
Out Reptiles.
yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw, but if you follow us on Instagram, we broke 100,000 followers, which is awesome. And I think it was mostly due to, I mean, thank you guys very much if you're following us over there. That's really fun. The numbers, to me, like, I don't know, I'm not like a social media guy or whatever, so that's not that big a deal, but it does help us with our influence and ability to get some things moved. In fact, I've already been on the phone call earlier this week because of hitting that shiny number. There are people that are more willing to get involved with us to bring you guys and our animals a better Superdwarf experience overall. That's all I'm going to say about that for now, but that was a pretty big deal. Good job, Aiden, for doing that. If you're watching, buddy, that was awesome. So I don't know. I feel like it was mostly due to the reels. Kids these days, I don't know what the deal is. Everybody wants to consume their content in like 1.5 seconds. If you click on our page and you go on reels, I found this really interesting. I don't know if you will. The stuff where we're like, oh, check it out. Here's a beautiful snake. Or let me show you. Like one of my favorite reels was like we had the illustration of a Jampea's head, a Slayer's head with the scale counts. And then we had the actual animals hovering over the illustration from that scientific paper we covered. And I just thought it was like so cool to see the live animals next to it. Now that didn't get very many views at all. We had one reel that actually went viral twice, and it was a snake laying eggs, like super close up, egg squeezing out the butt of the snake. One time it went nearly 30 million views. The second time it went nearly 40 million views. And then our channel grew by like 50% in India for some reason. So, woohoo, social media. I don't know, but what are some of your guys' favorite? If you guys have been following us on Instagram, obviously we've been a lot more active on that. And then on our vlog channel too, you guys have been seeing this. We've got the video shorts playing. My favorite on there is Finley is holding his hognose snake, Hog Wild, he calls it, because she loves to bluff and display and everything. And he's holding it, and it mock strikes, and it like hits him in the face, like pretty much right on his eye. And he's like, this one's name is Hog Wild. It's like, whoosh, it hits him in the eye. And he goes, I named her that because she's pretty wild. Doesn't blink, doesn't miss a beat. I think that's my favorite because I'm his dad, so I think he's awesome. Like, no reaction whatsoever from a snake strike that most people would be like, oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm muting you now. Duran just gave us 20 bones, says butt stuff sells. You're 100% correct.
Wow, thanks, Duran. Way to make your point heard. That's awesome. Very cool. So we're $25 in on the snake cam. I think a little bit more than that because we got 2 super chats early on, right? You just didn't shout out the amount.
Yes, I think we're about $30 deep on a snake cam.
What kind of camera?
Yeah, thank you guys.
$30. We gotta figure it out.
Heck yeah. So along with like me being proud of Finley, you know what Rob is up to right now, right? like literally right now.
He's like having a baby. Like
Rob is having
in
a baby.
birth.
Rob is giving birth tonight. No, Rob is, and I know you guys are thinking like, oh, he's probably talking about snakes. No, Rob is going to be a grandfather probably by the end of the day today. So he's literally at the hospital with his daughter, and I'm like receiving regular updates on what's going on and stuff like that. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah. I can't.
Imagine Rob as a grandfather.
No, I can't. That's exactly what I was going to say. Some of you guys have heard some of my grandfather stories, especially like helping me invest in leopard geckos in the beginning and stuff like that, or when I did the snake discovery build out, put his tools in there and stuff. So that was my grandpa on my mom's side. But Rob as a grandpa, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat section what kind of a grandpa Rob is going to end up being. That'll be pretty interesting. It's a granddaughter, so he's having a baby girl, which is pretty exciting. I know for me, I was like, when I was finding out I was a dad, I was like, yeah, I want a boy. And then I had 2 girls first, and then it was like, oh, man, girls are the best. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But no, to answer your question, Evan, I cannot. I can't imagine Rob as a grandfather.
Let's try
at all.
something. Hold on. Garrett, you talk for a sec. 1 sec.
Talk for 1 second. That's hard for me to do. You should know this by now, Thomas.
Ooh, I think we fixed things a little bit.
Good.
Got us into the super chat.
Woo! Yeah. Who is it? What is it?
ADM, still loving Superdwarf, still can't own one where I live in Canada, LOL. Wanted to know if there are any good references for morph pictures, specifically the albino /
Ooh, I don't think that Retix have like an online thing like there used to be, or maybe there still is, like the World of Ball Pythons or something where people can post and list morphs. There are a bunch on Morph Market. You can look them up, but I feel like that's a great feature that's a little bit underutilized. As far as Dwarf and Superdwarf specifically goes, I think that, honestly, that Instagram that we were talking about, a big reason why we do that is because we're constantly posting everything that we produce as these new morphs are going and sharing stuff from other people and everything as well.
All right, you're being muted right now. Okay. Serpent Eclipse, give us another $20 for the new Cam Thomas heart emoji.
Red
Thank
heart
you so
emoji.
red. Woof, getting hot and bothered over here. Thank you so much, Serpent Eclipse. Also, Hurt Panel Forum says for new snake cameras and for Grandpa Rob, I imagine he will excel as a grandpa, particularly when he puts on a fake beard and plays Santa. But plot twist, he's probably going to be wearing the Reach Out Reptiles tights at the same time.
Oh,
That's
that would
scary.
look very elfish, though, so that might actually work.
It's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Oh, man, I can't unsee that. I can't unsee
After
that
Tinley,
image
if any
again.
of you guys saw that clip where he modeled the tights for the
Modeled
Tinley
his tights
auction,
and auctioned them off, yeah.
you're
Crazy.
probably still in therapy.
So one thing that we wanted to do in this show to bring it out is actually have some fun with you guys and get some more interaction. And so we're actually going to kick off the hashtag SD show hashtag tonight. And so between now and when we do our next live show in 2 weeks, anybody that wants to post Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is, we'll just search the hashtag and go ahead and upload your content. Anything that you want us to see and react to, we'll flip through some of those, a selection of those in every live show. So you can go ahead and start now if you want. Someone good with Photoshop wants to make Rob as a Santa with his tights on. I guess you could make that picture a reality. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but regardless, you want to share your snakes, you want to share your story, you want to share something funny, something sad, something whatever, hashtag SD show, and we'll look those up, flip through them every week, and see what you guys are up to out there that you want us to interact with on the show.
And as long as Snake Discovery does not start a live stream called SD Show, then we will be fine and everything
We'll
will
have
run
to fight 'em.
smoothly.
We'll have to fight them.
Yep.
That's true. That's funny. Every time I see they have like SD this, SD that, I can't help but think Superdwarf every time. Does anyone else do that? Like you go see Snake Discovery and it's like SD this, and it's like, oh, Superdwarf. Oh, wait, no. It's Snake Discovery.
Mm.
So I'm actually pretty excited to see all of our YouTube buddies in Orlando next, or not, I was going to say next month. That's this month.
It's next
like
weekend,
next
bro.
week.
It's next weekend. It's crazy.
Thomas and I are going to Animal Con. So it's a big convention for animal YouTubers put on by Brian Barczyk and then Brian Potter and Bob Ashley, who run the NARBC show, who know how to put on a show, have a big spot rented out in Orlando. Sounds huge. Tons of creators going to be there. So it'll be really fun for me to get to meet a bunch of people that I only know through online and stuff like that. And what's the purpose of us going down there, Thomas? We have a vlog coming out about it, but
yeah. So which one should we talk about?
Which
the
one
fun
you got?
one or the less fun one?
no, I'm just talking about we're going there because we want.
We're going there to
learn
learn how to be YouTubers
we
and
wanna
famous
learn
people.
How to be YouTubers.
Yes, because if
Finally.
you guys don't know,
500 videos in, we should probably figure this out.
when we hang out with our YouTuber friends, they're always like, "Oh, look at you guys! You're finally being YouTubers now." We're like, "Thanks."
Yay.
Trying our best.
Yeah.
But it'll be super fun. Get to meet some cool people, shake some hands, get some ideas, maybe troll some people. I think we have potentially some kind of prank, something troll in the works.
We've got some ideas.
I don't know. I'm just gonna call it
Yeah.
under the umbrella of something fun.
Just leave it. Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that. We'll have a good time.
Yes.
So yeah, that should be a lot of fun.
How are we doing on the schedule? We have a program now. Things run smoothly,
Yeah.
theoretically. Not for the first 5 minutes though.
That's in the program though. First 5 minutes.
Yeah. Thomas
Adjust
breaks.
the bugs.
Thomas pushes
Thomas
random
breaks the
buttons
line.
with his eyes closed.
We do.
Hashtag Thomas.
So Garrett, for this part of the show, we do have a hot take for you. So are you ready? I guess
Okay.
I gotta get into the frame.
Evan, I'm actually gonna go do some important things. You're in charge of.
Can
the
I take
show.
your
Don't
chair
break
then?
anything.
Can I
Yeah,
take
go
your chair?
for it. Go for
Hey,
it.
let's go.
Do some important things, he says.
You said you wanted Evan to have the full intern experience.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Apparently Evan is at the
Okay.
controls now.
Water.
What's up, everyone? I'm Evan. If you guys don't know me, I'm the intern here at Out Reptiles for the next few days.
How's that been going for you before we do this hot take? You
It's
having
been
fun with
cool.
of
Yeah,
dishes.
been pushed to limits of many sorts of dishes, of retic poop, of new sets, new things happening, last minute changes. So I've been growing a lot.
it? Good times. Yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to be a Out Reptiles intern, 1,000%.
Well, and
Recommend.
so Evan's thing is along with like brand development and stuff like that. So what we've trying to do is everybody like take their individual skills and push them towards stuff. So our other intern during this session is named Angelina, and she's more of like the artistic type. So we actually have her designing and pushing towards some of those new museum exhibit enclosures. We've invented. I invented a weird concept. It's almost like I think I was missing out on doing the snake discovery build off. And so we're doing our own build-off enclosure, but we're building the entire enclosure, and it's a little bit unlike any enclosure I've ever seen. And then I left it in the capable hands of our intern to try to figure out how to make that work. So, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so hot take. What do we
Hot
got?
take. So,
Ice cream sandwich.
oh yeah, go. The perks of being an intern. So we're trying to get these people to change your mind, Garrett. So do you agree that people in the reptile hobby are more important than the reptiles themselves?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I do think so. I mean, I think we're all there because of the reptiles. But if you think about what we have access to, the knowledge, the animals themselves wouldn't exist without the people. I think sometimes the people don't get enough love. I think a lot of times we over commoditize the animals themselves, and we think, okay, who's got the best price, or how can I get this a little better? And it's almost like, price shopping, Amazon versus Walmart.com or something, buying a living animal rather than taking the opportunity to share a passion with somebody who's dedicated a tremendous amount of themselves to that process. So yes, I think the animals are worth more, but I would say that that's an unpopular opinion.
Really?
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, I think people can all say that they agree with that, but you guys probably remember back in the day on the channel I used to do the Talk 'em Up Tuesdays, and every Tuesday we would have an interview with somebody that had some kind of influence doing something cool in the industry. Whether it was something small or something big, we love to call those out. Some of those conversations were some of my favorite videos because of the wealth of information that people were willing to share. But they were also like way less viewed. You know what I'm saying? Like if I posted something about, again, snake poops or whatever, millions of views. Talk about reptile guru shares most intimate secrets. Then everyone's like, "Meh, that's not so interesting."
Right.
What do you guys think? I mean,
You're going on mute right now.
We do have a super chat from Duran, visual variant. Question for Evan. There was a recent video on Facebook that showed the wrong way to handle defensive retics. What things have you learned so far from RRR about handling difficult snakes? It's a good question.
You can now.
Where's the unmute button?
The red button on the right?
Red on the right. Boom.
There you go. Okay. Nope, not there yet.
Where?
Right there. Click it.
Boom. There we go.
wait, I don't have to hold my breath while I'm muted. Oh.
So what things have you learned about handling difficult snakes? So when Rob's here, let Rob handle the difficult snakes. He's willing to get bit. But no, I think it's really important to just treat the snakes with a lot of respect. Hold the bitey in on the other side of you and just always pay attention. I think that's super important. Take your eyes off the snake and bad things happen.
Keep the bitey end away, he says.
Yeah. I still haven't gotten bit ever by a snake. So
This guy keeps saying these things. He the other day he's like, "I've never seen a snake in the wild." I'm like,
never.
"What?" And now he's never been bitten by a snake.
You want to know foolproof strategy to never ever getting bit by anything? It's to not snakes.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like very much fun.
Or keep leopard geckos.
Maybe that's bad advice.
Have you ever been bitten by a leopard gecko?
Oh yeah.
I'd say it's probably just as bad.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Snakes have like super tiny, like their teeth are longer, but way narrower. So it's a little bit of a different sensation.
I've never had a bite that drew blood from a Leo.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. Like even the smallest of retics might draw blood when they bite you, but it's not. I don't know. It isn't painful. Their bites are so small. It's like just a very quick thing. Whereas lizards have that like slicing, pinching bite.
True.
And I've definitely had leopard geckos draw blood. You never have.
We were working with
they're
blizzards,
They're
so
certainly capable of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
If they do the alligator roll thing and they
Right.
they
They hang on
True.
and twist
Yeah.
back and forth and slice you up or whatever.
yeah.
No, I mean they're really not as bad. I mean, honestly, the worst bite thing when it comes to working with snakes is getting bit by any live food items that you might have to use on occasion. So apparently rats don't like being fed to snakes. And when you do that kind of thing and you get bit by a rat or something, like I mean, any day I would rather get bit by a 15, 16-foot retic than a rat.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because again, like it's a big snake, but
Yeah.
they just have really tiny little teeth. Their
Rats
teeth
are-
don't kill anything. Leopard geckos, even though they're smaller, their teeth is how they kill stuff.
They do the killing. Yeah.
Snakes just kind of like grab. They have to reach through the fur and the feathers and hang on to you.
Right.
So it's almost like just tangling up a hair comb through that fur and feathers, and
True.
then they kill you with other means. Whereas like a dog, a cat, like my daughter Kira's cat bites us constantly. Tato.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's funny because he's a kitten. He's like "Rawr," and claws you and bites you, but my kids have like scratches and little holes in them, and they're fun. They're egging them on.
Cat owners are psychopaths. What I've seen, they just
I'm
Hold that
just
thought.
saying,
Garrett, we're
they're
cutting you
way-
off for a super chat. You're on mute.
I like this new.
More help with a snake cam. Enjoy those dishes, Evan. And according to Garrett, thanks Herp panel form. Just hit him in the groin. Jay Hill, Jr.
Oh, you're not gonna say the last thing?
I'm not gonna try.
Okay, do you want
Do
to hear
I-
how it's pronounced?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've worked on it a lot.
Go.
Gania Gahaka.
Oh, how do
Okay,
you
now
say
it's your
that?
turn.
Let me
Try,
not
try.
get. I'm
Try
here
it
for a
again.
couple more days.
He's super cool.
Canyon. It's
Okay, Gania Gahaka.
Ganya Nahaka.
Gania Gahaka.
Ganya Kahaka. Did I say it?
Well, let us know, J. Hill Jr. Gania Gahaka.
My bad.
Putting the interns on the spot.
I know, right? Not doing well at it. But back to your saying before, Garrett. We had an awesome comment. It says, what you're saying about price shopping and stuff is a problem in the cat and dog world. People don't take the time to know or research their breeder because of instant gratification. What do you think about that?
Oh no, I absolutely agree. And you will pay for it in the long term most frequently, because you end up with issues and stuff like that. And then those people, I can't tell you how many people have bought. This one is just one that I hear all the time, obviously, that buy a snake. Oh, yeah, it's a Superdwarf. I go, oh, what percentage, what bloodline, what locality? They can't even go back and ask because the person that they bought from is like, some guy at a show. I don't think he had a business name. I didn't get a card.
Right.
He just told me it was a Superdwarf, and then usually like the snake, I never usually say anything about anyone else's snakes, but I'll look at these pictures and very often I'm like, I don't see any Superdwarf influence in the pattern or color or anything like that. And the price was mainland price with that dwarf label slapped on there, and it helped them sell the snake. And then those people will come to me to ask for support because they realize that they were unprepared for what they did, and they can't go back to the seller. I don't even know if they're the breeder or not, but the seller to get any help for that kind of stuff. So that's sort of the problem with it.
So with your many years in the industry, what have you seen in the ROI of the initial investment in buying with a high quality breeder, someone like you who knows the genetics and where this animal came from, the pairing, and then comparing it to someone who goes to Joe Schmo who has a wholesale list and is getting something that you don't know?
I mean, so the bad thing is, like, a lot of people get in, obviously all of us get into new hobbies not knowing everything that there is to know. And so mistakes are made and stuff like that. But if you're talking specifically ROI with Superdwarfs, it's all about what their bloodline is. So, how much of what island locality, how did it get in there? What are the breedings that were done to do that? And if you can't answer any of that and all you have is a label, and sometimes people will be like, I think it was bred by so-and-so, and they'll just throw a big breeder's name on something. And that's all you have. Then people who want legitimate animals they're not going to want to buy your animals. And that's what's sad, because people buy an animal. It's a great animal. They fall in love with it. Maybe it even stays small or something, but they just don't know anything about the history of it. And the history of it is what helps buyers to educate themselves, be able to predict a little bit about what they're getting into. Like, oh yeah, that's that, Richard Bilbo line or something. My buddy has one of those, and you can see it online. Or like we do that hashtag clutch number. We show moms, dads, things like that. Everybody from, the last couple of years post pictures of them, so you can follow siblings to your snake online, get all that information. All of that stuff is gone. And so the worst part is when they go to sell it, a lot of people are like, yeah, it was sold to me as a 70. This was a conversation I literally had 2 days ago. It was sold to me as a 75% Superdwarf. I tried to reach out to the breeder and ask about locality or what breedings were done, and they were unwilling to give me any information. This person bred this animal to an animal from us, and usually you would average together the two localities, right? But because he didn't have any real verified locality, what he had decided to do, which I think I say good on you, because he's sacrificing a little bit of profit to be able to provide a surety to his customers. But he basically, the animal from us was like 68.75% Superdwarf. He couldn't verify any Superdwarf bloodline in the other animal. So when he bred him, he averaged it together as though the other animal was a mainland, because he couldn't prove any Superdwarf. And so he's there now selling 34 whatever percent Superdwarfs, which they're not that kind of industry standard minimum of 50%. And so their value is basically the same as a mainland. And you're competing in a mainland market, which is like hundreds of times more animals, right? And many times less buyers. So then potential buyers, I should say, maybe not buyers. Like, I think the mainland market is, people are still buying them. But there are more people who would be willing to take on a nice Superdwarf. So anyway, like if you look at an albino, the average Superdwarf albino is like $1,500. A mainland albino you can get for $150. If you shop around. If you don't want to shop around, you can go anywhere and get one for $250 or $300 any day of the week. So even at the high end, just say you're selling them at $300, they would be 5 times more value per baby. And you're talking about 15 to 20 babies typically. So many, 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 many times more. And the only other alternative.
Oh, you're going on mute. Man, sounded like it was gonna be so good.
It was gonna be good.
Alyssa Figano with the 10 bones. You want to read the question?
Yes. What is the best thing about working with house snakes, and do they make a good first breeding project? Garrett could talk about this for hours.
Put him on the full thing.
So what I was gonna say is your only other option is, try to dupe people, be dishonest with your babies to make up the money and lie to them about backgrounds. So to answer your question, Angela, about the house snakes, I think the best thing about them, this is very personal preference oriented, but they're extremely variable. They have multiple species and subspecies, different localities within those, and then morphs as well. So they're very much like the reticulated pythons in as far as the variety that they offer. It's just tons and tons of variety. You could work with, we specialize in this particular species is called capensis, or the Cape house snake, where most of the morphs are. But we have several different localities, a bunch of different morphs. Almost all the morphs are recessive, which means that you don't have to hurry up and race to make something. The values are pretty stable because they're more difficult to produce. There's a lot of new things to be done. And the best part about the snakes, just in general, is that, when they're little like this, they're almost like, it looks like a colubrid, right? It looks like they remind me of half-sized corn snakes, right? They're as thick as a corn snake, but they're only half the length. So it's like a chubby little corn snake or something. But as they grow, they take on more and more python-esque attributes. And the truth is they are not classified as a colubrid or a python. They're something totally different that's kind of in between. So that's really cool. They most remind me of Antaresia, like children's pythons and stuff, but more accessible. As I said, tons of variety. They take a little while to grow up. The female's got to be 2.5, maybe 3 years. But once they start breeding, they'll double, triple, quadruple clutch. Some of our striped house snakes, we've heard about people breeding them once, only putting the male in once early in the year, and then the female going on to produce 6 and 7 clutches throughout the year. So it's really fun to just see all those little babies going and stuff. And then there's something about a miniaturized snake that allows you to make a really cool habitat for it. I think it's kind of like betta fish. You could keep it in a cup, I suppose, and keep it alive. But if you have this tiny little betta, then you can build a super legit 10-gallon aquarium that makes a great home for it. And the house snakes are like that too. I think your standard 20-gallon long would be an absolute kingdom for these animals. So that's what's fun, is just the ease and accessibility of getting in. You still learn all the same genetics as you would with pythons. You get a lot of the same personality attributes when you work with the animals and everything. I don't know. The more of them that we have, the more that we hatch. This is one of our new hatchlings that's het for actually a new morph that's yet to be produced in the United States. The more I fall in love with these things. They are really cool little snakes.
Nice. We got another quick super chat from Herp Panel Forums. Great question and great answer.
What's up, Steven?
Another $1.99 added to the camera fund.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it so much.
Oh, yeah.
Evan, how you doing? You having fun?
Doing good. I'm feeling, I don't know. How do you guys think I'm doing? You guys think I should come?
Rate him out of 10.
He's fired.
Out of 10. Should Garrett hire me full time? Is the question.
Yes. Let's comment below. Do you guys like Evan? Should we hire? Is that even an option, Evan? Aren't you going back to school?
That is true, but we can make it happen. I made this happen. We can make it happen.
That's true. He is a bit of a hustler.
We could bring him in as a remote third host.
You guys should so most of our interns are usually local or something. It is definitely harder to move from further out. It's an unpaid internship, right?
So
and we don't provide housing.
The only way to go is up.
I'm getting paid in ice cream sandwiches. I think that was my third one today.
No, you have to. No, we're invoicing you for those.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But tell everybody a little bit about how you actually made it out here, how you made the logistics work to be, to join the internship program?
Yeah, I heard about the internship program. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a cool thing. And I made it happen. I'm like, okay, I got the internship, and I didn't even have a place to live when I got the internship, and I got the spot for the internship, which is crazy. So once I found out, okay, landed the job, I figured out a way to get here. I was like, am I gonna sell extra geckos? Am I gonna like be on the street begging for money? But I found an internship grant on my school's website. I go to the University of Wisconsin, and it was for minimally paid to low paid internships, and this is obviously zero pay. So I got them to fund my whole trip, my flights, and place to stay for the about month that I was here. So.
And you're going to school on a scholarship, academic scholarship.
Yeah, that
So
too.
you're not even paying for school.
True, yeah.
And then you found programs within your school to
get
pay
them to
for your
pay.
flights, your food, and your housing while you were here.
Yep, basically.
The man's a hustler, and he breeds leopard geckos. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like, I don't know. We keep saying how Evan is pretty much like Garrett when I was his age.
Mini
Well,
Garrett.
Yeah, exactly. We've
Gonna be that way. I might not have a bed to fit in my room because the geckos are taking up a lot of space.
Yeah, you got to do the hammock thing like I did. I screwed the bicycle hooks in the two walls.
That's smart.
Opposite corners. So you
I
can
was
just
thinking,
open
do you
it
know
up,
those
sleep in it.
camping, those camp foam
Like a
things?
cot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing that.
Yeah, but the hammock is nice because you can still put cages underneath it on the floor. So it takes up literally zero floor space.
So how do you get down?
Well, you just jump between the cages.
That's a minor logistical problem.
That's dangerous.
It
Well-
pales in comparison to the benefits.
I was gonna say the other benefit of the hammock is usually like they're net like or whatever. It's really hard for like loose rattlesnakes to hide under them. Because when those rattlesnakes get out in your room and you're a kid, man, and you put your feet down in the morning, you're like, I hope there's not one staring at my ankle.
I have a little bit
biting
more
me."
wisdom than Garrett. I'm not working with rattlesnakes.
Says he.
I did have my geckos in a dorm, and now I'm in an apartment, so it's a little better.
A little bit better. Yeah, he's hiding his breeding in the dorm too. His breeding.
Does your landlord know
business.
you breed geckos?
Doesn't not know. Pets are allowed on the lease,
Oh,
so
several hundred.
pets are allowed on the lease.
Pets are allowed on the lease.
You should shout out your business because you guys can actually follow him too. He's got his own podcast. It's pretty
Decked
good.
Out Geckos. If you guys are interested in the geckos, want to see what's on the gecko scene, go check out
They're
Decked Out
expensive.
Geckos.
We looked the other night. We were like, Ashley's like, what?
Some are getting up there. So yeah, go check out Decked Out Geckos, and then if you want to listen to podcast content, that's how me and you met, Garrett. My podcast,
Your
Strength in
podcast.
Leos.
Yeah.
So cool stuff on that. Let's see what else.
Okay, so I wanted to. What we're gonna do is name our snake. You guys remember that, right? And today we're gonna name Rob Snake. So again, pure Kalatoa female. She's a cutie. She's a F2. 3 years old. Little female. She's like part of the thing why we need a name is because we end up doing like breeding records and stuff like that. And I don't know, we just don't like to leave them as a barcode or something like that. We need a name for this little girl. He never named her. It's his personal animal that is here with us to do, like a breeding loan situation. And you guys are like this. For those of you guys who know who James is, our snake James, will be lined up to breed to her. So she's a pure Kalatoa. Rob made the call to, rather than chase, more bloodline, more of this bloodline of Kalatoa. He wants to set himself up for the future with some pure Superdwarf crosses that are head anery to bring the Karompa bloodline into some of the morph projects. And I'm just unwilling to do it with pure Karompas. But if you guys know James, he's our anery Karompa male. And so he'll be breeding this girl to make some 50-50 Karompa Kalatoa, 100% head aneries that we can then start selectively breeding that Karompa look and size into some of the different morphs. So what's a good name for this bride-to-be of James? What do you guys think? The way this works is you guys just shout out your name suggestions in the chat. I'll listen to a few of them, see how they go, and then we'll pick one, call it out, and that will be the snake's name. Do you remember who you named last week, Evan?
I did.
Yeah, who was it?
French toast.
French toast, that's right.
Adler's waiting on his on brand.
Adler? What? Who? Huh?
Adler named it. Adler.
Oh, yeah. You're just saying you didn't send it to Adler.
Yeah.
Oh. Congratulations
in.
last week, Adler. Who's going to win this week? What is her name? It'd be good to have Rob pick it, but he's not here, so I'm going to do it. Do you want to pick it, Thomas? You're already reading the
No. You're
All
all right. Start from the top. I
So-
saw one up. Go
Before
up
that?
a little
No
bit.
way.
Yep. There's 2. Or
Yep.
1.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Gigi, Nix, Athena, Nox, Marcella, Amira, Cynthia, Gigi, Mirth, Alice, Gladys, Kalamata. We're reading
like
that?
the olives.
Kalamata.
Kalamata. Okay. English isn't my first language. That's a lie. Digit, Starlight, Cornsnake. Is that? Okay. Grams, Mimsy, Emily, maybe Olive Oil.
First name maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that. Robin,
Maybe olive oil.
Callie, Dominica, Helia, Ruby, Maris, Roberta, Millicent, Sanda's Beard.
Was the name Digit or Gidget?
Digit.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know
Like
why.
digit.
It's like she has no digits, but it
That
looks
almost
like a
makes it even
digit.
better.
Yeah, Digit it is. Who
right.
shouted out Digit? So if you guys want to, if you won, we'll take a picture of the snake and the name. You can email Thomas at reachourreptiles.com. He will send you a picture of you winning the name, and then you can put it on social media with hashtag SDShow, and we'll talk about you again next week.
Shout
Katie
you out. We'll
M.
shout you out next week. If you post a picture, we'll shout it out on.
See how that works?
Katie M
Who
got
is it?
Digit. Katie M.
All right.
Katie,
Congratulations, Katie.
Send me an email, thomas@reachourreptiles.com. If you wait 6 to 5 business months, you will get a photo. Just kidding. We'll get all of those this week.
This
But
guy.
then if you
Alright.
post it on Instagram and you hashtag it SD Show, we'll see it. And if you caption it, I won, we'll verify or whatever. We don't need to verify. We'll just shout you out. But
Okay, so what we're going to do now?
oh, I have one announcement.
Oh,
For Aiden, one here.
Not gonna
Get
do
out of
this
here,
now.
intern. You've done well.
I'm keeping the chair.
No, I'm taking. I need. Okay,
keeping
fine.
the chair.
I can
taking
squat.
back control.
All right, guys.
Squat.
So, Aiden actually started a TikTok for Reach Our Reptiles.
Oh,
So
no
if
way.
you're on TikTok, you
We're
want to
on
see
TikTok now.
all of the best content on TikTok, certified, verified, analytics, the whole 9. Go to reach_out_reptiles to follow us there.
We're on TikTok.
Heck
See
yeah, we're sellout.
much.
Just kidding. Hey, TikTok's got great content.
Thanks, Aiden.
Yeah, thank you, Aiden.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, guys. If you are on Patreon, you get a chance to win this
Giveaway.
signed poster from the giveaway. We are going to jump over to our after party show. You've got to be at the after party at some point to enter to win the giveaway.
Sign up for
If you're
Patreon
not on
right now.
Patreon, yeah, you actually would have time to jump over there, sign up, click the link, jump on the Zoom. We'll see you guys there, and you'd be entered to win not only this one, but every 2 weeks. You want to jump on the after party, we will see you guys there. All right. Hey, thanks, everybody. You guys have a great week. Next time.